Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a little leg and booty workout. So we're going to begin in child's pose. So bring yourself down to your mat, taking your big toe joints together and taking your knees nice and wide. We'll sit our bottom back on our heels and just walking your hands forwards so your chest is coming down to rest towards the floor. So you can either have your arms straight up over your head, or maybe you'd rather tuck them underneath your head to create a little bit more of a pillow. We're just going to be here for a few moments, thinking about sitting your bottom back onto your heels and trying to get your stomach nice and low. Taking nice long deep breaths so we can relax. Try to extend your breaths by an extra count. Maybe you're breathing in for the count of 3 and out for the count of 3, or maybe you're breathing for the count of 4. Doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter if it's neither of those two. Wherever you are, staying here for another 2 breaths. 2 rounds of breathing at your own pace. And then when you're ready, you can keep your eyes closed if you'd like to, or blink them open. We're going to lift our bodies up so that we can come into our tabletop position. Now from here, just having a bit of a rock forwards and backwards, we can stretch our wrists a bit. Great. And then placing your fingertips so they're facing the outer edge of your mat and having a bit of a rock from side to side. Feel a lovely stretch down through your lower arm. And when that feels good, you can just bring yourself back to the front, so your fingertips are facing the front. You can give your hands a little shake if you need to. Lovely. Now from here, stretching one leg out behind you and tucking your toes. I want you to really press that heel back. Remember to breathe whilst we're here. Let's place that leg back on the floor and go on the other leg. So stretching your leg behind you, we're really trying to push it nice and straight. Great. And placing it on the mat. This time we're going to lift our back leg. So I want you to straighten it out behind you and lift it up so it's in line with your body, keeping your gaze down onto the mat in between your hands. Really pointing those toes, and then place your leg back on the floor. Let's go on the other leg. Stretch it out behind you. Lovely. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1, and place down on the mat. We're going to lift up this first leg up again, but this time we're going to get our arms involved. So we're going to lift up. We can start with our left leg and extend your right arm. So now we're really having to focus on this balance. Really take your time. Reach your toes and your fingertips to the opposite ends of the room. And then place hand and leg back down on the mat. Let's go on the other side. So right leg reaches, left hand reaches. Reach your fingertips, reach your toes. Keep your focus down, so find a focus point on your mat or maybe your fingertip to help with your balance. And placing your hand and foot back on the floor again. This time we're going to go back to just lifting our legs. So if your wrists are starting to ache, you can lower down onto your forearms here. Otherwise, we're going to continue with our left leg. So left leg shoots out behind us. And we're going to do some pulses. We're going to pulse that leg up, lift it. It's just a nice small movement pulsing up. Great. Hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Leg back down on the mat. We'll go on the other side. Stretch your leg out behind you. Remember, nice small movements. Keep your stomach sucked in as we do this. If you start feeling any lower backache, then lower this leg down and take the pulses a little bit lower. Otherwise, let's pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg down on the mat. Lovely. Let's just sit back on our heels and shake our hands out because we've been on our wrist quite a lot. Just going to push this door closed as well. Great. Lovely. Shake those wrists out. Fabulous. Okay, now we're going to come back onto our hands and knees. We're going to do a similar action, but this time we're going to lift our leg up out to the side. So, hands are on the mat. Find your balance, lift one leg up, but we're keeping our knee bent this time. So your leg's probably not going to come up as high. It might not come up to hip height, but that's fine. It can stay a bit lower. So this time we're just going to lift up with our knee bent. So we're still going to go for 10. It's going to start to ache, but we can do this, okay? So pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7. As you do this, try not to let the rest of your body move. Try to just isolate this movement with your leg. We've got about 2, 1, and down. Nice. Woo, feel the burn. Let's go on the other side. I have to swap around to go on the other side. It's got the wall in the way. Okay, so lifting that leg up and out. Remember, don't worry about how high it is. We want you to flex your feet this time. So rather than pointing our toes, we're pulling our toes up towards our leg. And lift. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Nice, you can sit your bottom back onto your heels in your child's pose. Give yourself a moment of relief. Shake those wrists out if you need to. And then let's meet in our downward facing dog. So placing your hands flat on the floor, walking them forwards a little bit, tucking those toes and lifting your bottom up, downward facing dog. Just take a moment here to press your heels down to the mat. Doesn't matter if they touch or not. I'm just simply pressing them towards the mat. You can either walk yourself out, so press one foot down at a time, or you can just try and send both heels down at the same time. From here, we're going to bring ourselves up to standing at the top of our mat. So bending your knees, looking towards the top of your mat, stepping, hopping or jumping your feet up towards your hands, and then we'll roll up to standing. Great. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of work on our legs and our booty now we're standing up. So we're going to begin by coming into our chair pose. For our chair pose, we want our big toe joints together in a little gap between our heel, or you can have your feet just separated ever so slightly. And as we bend our knees and sit our bottom down, we're going to try and keep our bodies nice and straight and keep our weight in our heels. So you take a nice deep inhale, you can sweep your arms up, and exhale, sit your bottom down. Lovely. Don't worry if it doesn't go too far. Now you're here, take a quick look down towards your feet, and I want you to make sure you can see your toes. If you can't see your toes because your knees are in the way, then you've got too much weight forward, so you need to shift your weight back a bit. Okay, we're not going to be here for long. We're going to lift that left leg up and step it back into a lunge. So really be patient with yourself because balance can be a struggle with this. So just take your time. If you need to, put me on pause, give it a go. Try it a couple of times. Really think about finding that focus point and engaging your abs. Great, now you're in your lunge. We'll take our arms up above our head, sweep them back behind us so to reach your body forwards and lift yourself back up to center. Great, now we're going to hold it here for 3 seconds, but I want you to make sure you're in a really strong position. So this back heel should be pressing down and away, so you've got a really extended back leg. Holding it for another 2, 1, lovely. Now we're going to turn ourselves to face the long edge of our mat. So we're going to straighten that front leg, twist both feet round, so we're facing the long edge of our mat. You'll notice my toes are turned out ever so slightly. So because we're going to come into a few squats here. So you want a slight turn out of your toes, so when you bend your knees, they go over the top of your feet. So take a nice deep breath in, reach your arms up, and then we're going to bring our hands down through heart center as we exhale and lower into our yogi our goddess squat. Sorry, it's not a yogi squat. Great. Just hold it here. You can breathe into it. We're going to be here for 3, 2, 1. As you lift, really engage your glutes to lift yourself up. Great. We're going to twist back round to the same edge side of the mat that we were on. So twisting your feet back round and coming into your lunge. Arms can stay up above your head, or to help with balance, you might like to bring them to your hips. We're going to step this back leg up to join our front, coming back into our chair position. So keeping that bend in your front leg, that's it, step it straight up, find your chair, hold it for a moment, then in your next breath you can come up to standing. Lovely, okay, we're going to go exactly the same on the other leg. So inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, sit down into your lovely comfortable chair position. Make sure you can wiggle your toes up at you. There's really no weight in our toes here. This time we're going to step back with the opposite leg. So other leg steps straight back. Lovely, take a nice long lunge, but remember to adjust the length of your lunge to what suits you. So you can have a slightly shorter lunge. It's still going to be a really great workout. Just might help you with balance. So choose where you want to be. Let's take our arms up above our head one more time. Sweep them around and back in a nice big circle. Sweep your body forwards and then lift back up to center again. Hold it for 3 seconds. Whilst you're holding it, check in with your tummy muscles. Are they pulled in? Have we got our ribs knitted round, or are we letting our ribs flare and our belly stick out? Keep them nice and strong. Great. Okay, we're going to straighten that front leg and twist around to the long edge of our mat one more time. Great. Taking a nice wide stance, we're going to lower into our goddess squat. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. You might need to adjust the width of your stance. So if you're finding that you could take your legs wider, take them wider, or maybe bring them a bit closer together. Take another breath. Can you exhale and sink a little bit lower? Remember to breathe and smile. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Lift yourself up nice and slowly. We're going to twist back round to the top edge of our mat. Bend into your lunge and then step that back leg up to join the top leg. Inhale, lift. Great. And go for another round. We're going to change it up a little bit more. We're going to add in some pulses there. And then we'll be done for the day and you'll have had a lovely leg and booty workout. So, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, lower into your chair. Lifting, peeling one foot up off the ground, stepping it back into your lunge. Lovely. Now hands can be on your hips or they can be directly up above your head by your ears. Make sure this front knee is directly over your ankle. You're not letting it drop in, you're not letting it drop out. And we're going to bend this back leg. So we're going to drop it down and lift it up. As you bend this back knee, don't quite let it touch the floor. We're just bending and straightening, we're hovering. I know it's really, really strong. My legs are burning. So let's keep it going. Bend and straighten. We're going to go for another 5. Straighten. 4. Lift. Great. Keep it strong. 3. Straighten. 2. Whew. Final one on this leg. And straighten. Lovely. Then we're going to twist ourselves round to the long edge of our mat like we did last time. We're going to drop back into our goddess squat. Arms lift. And exhale, bend. Great. Find your balance. Then we're going to go for 5 pulses. We're going to pulse down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lift. Great. Twist yourself back round to the top of your mat. Bend through your lunge. Step up into your chair and lift. Great. From your chair position, from your mountain position, standing up tall, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend. This is your last chair pose, so make the most of it. Lovely. Sorry, I thought my screen had frozen then, I had to check. Make the most of your chair pose. Make sure your gaze is forwards, then we'll peel our foot off the mat and step back into our lunge. Woo, take it slow, find the balance. Great, really keep your focus point for your balance. Arms can be on your hips or they can be straight up by your ears. We're going to take these bends again. So bending the back leg and straightening. Don't let it quite touch the floor, keep it strong. Great, we've got 5. Straighten, 4, lovely, you've got this, 3, nice, 2, this is your final one, and straighten, and then twist yourself around to the long edge of your mat for the last time. Inhale, arms sweep up, exhale, bend. We're going to go for those pulses again. Pulsing down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it, hold it, hold it, and lift. Lovely. Twist yourself back round to the top of your mat. That's it, coming for a moment in your lunge and then stepping that leg up to join the other chair pose. Inhale, lift. Great. Take a moment standing at the top of your mat. You can shake your legs out if you need to. Have a little shake. I would suggest doing a nice leg stretch after this video, because otherwise you're going to have a lot of ache tomorrow. Let's just finish standing at the top of our mats. Palms facing forwards, closing your eyes if you can. Breathing through your nose. Try and let your breath come down to normal. If you would rather bring yourself down to the floor and finish lying on your mat in your Shavasana, or if you'd rather be in child's pose, either of those are options. Otherwise, let's just give ourselves another few breaths, focusing on lengthening and slowing the breathing. Let your stomach and your ribs expand and rise and fall as you breathe. Take one more breath here. And we can blink our eyes open, bring our hands together at heart center, and have a nice little bow forwards, bringing your thumbs up to your forehead. Say namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you all enjoyed that little leg and booty workout and that you really feel it in a good way, obviously, and try and give yourself a nice little stretch out as well. Hopefully see you all soon.